Okay, so back at the IR spectrum looked good. We got our plastic from the inside of the instrument, just under 3,000. We got the carbon dioxide peak. I guess I'm breathing in the room. There's carbon dioxide in the room. And then some water. So anyways, it's looking good, and I like to delete it right now. Now for number 5. My NMR tube looks like it's got, a good amount of TMS in it. A little heavy, and maybe I'll just tilt it like I'm going to be pouring it out. And just as it spreads out in the tube, it evaporates quicker. Nothing actually poured out, but I think I lost a little bit due to evaporation. Now number 5, let's see how viscous it is or volatile it is. Is it going to drip? No, it's not dripping at all. It looks good. This one's pretty high boiling point. I'm going to bring it over and I'm going to fill it up to 4 centimeters. Where's that line? There's that line. Let's see. Did I go above it? No, I went right to about the right line. Yeah, that looks good. And now pick out a color. Do I got a new color? Let me see. I think I can get a new color. Yeah, I haven't done this one yet. Yellow, mellow yellow. You know what? I should have done red for this one though, but that's okay. So I'm going to invert it. There we go. This one's viscous, huh? It's pouring a bit slower. There we go. And then now I'm going to tell you a little bit about this one. This one's my favorite. Well, my favorite smelling. This one smells so nice. Oh, it smells strong of cherries. Smells like it's like a cherry pie or something. It smells really good. So let's bring it over and get an IR of it. Set it right there. The IR window is cleaned again. I used the dry chem wipe, wet chem wipe with ethanol, and then the dry chem wipe. Added my sample. The whole room smells like cherries now. Kind of like almondy too. Cherry almond flavor. Delete my last one. Instrument. Scan sample. Okay. And here we go. Starting to scan it. While it's scanning, we can look around a little bit and see what we got going here. Oh, look at this. We got a polarimeter. We talked about that in lecture chapter 5, huh? You put your polarimetry tube in here. Plain polarized light gets shot through your sample. You can get rotated, and you watch. You can look in here and see how much it got rotated and read the value off. Got my polarimetry tubes in here. I think they're in another drawer. Okay, let's see. Oh, the scan is done. Come on back. Say overwrite. Oh, look at this one. It's got a strong signal in the middle there. Let me pinch this guy. Okay, there's a delay to that already. There it goes. Yeah. All right, let's get our vertical cursor up. We just click here to turn on the vertical cursor. It's way over on the side there. And if we want to turn it off, it's just to turn it off again, on again. I don't need to turn it off. Why would I do that? Okay, let's start labeling stuff. This one right here. Ooh, just over 3,000. What are these two guys? These are actually 2 that you didn't memorize. I didn't say you had to memorize them, but you have seen these ones. They're not quite 3,000. You wouldn't say this is an sp3 carbon hydrogen. It's not close enough for 3,000. And then this one, I double click. Oh yeah, look at that. That's definitely a carbonyl, around 1,700. Maybe I'll get one more of these in the fingerprint region. Could do more if I wanted, but that's enough. I'll turn off my vertical cursor. This is unknown 5, and I will screenshot it and share it with you all. There you go. Now to eject unknown 4 and get 5. Take off the spinner for 4. Grab my unknown 5. It's a yellow cap. And then put my sample in the spinner. Bring it over to the depth gauge. Bring it back here. Let's see if we can get it to spin. It was giving me a little hassles earlier, but then I cleaned it out and it got better. Let's see, has it gotten better still? Yeah, I think that's spinning nice. Oh no, it's not spinning. Got it. I'm gonna try to turn it off. Turn it on. Let's see if we get lucky. Nope. Okay, I'm gonna have to mess with this one a bit. Okay, had to play with it a little bit. Adjusted the height of the spinner just slightly and tried it a few times. I think it got going. Now it's spinning. Okay, as always, you gotta start with the proton NMR. I'm in the carbon setting from the last sample, so now I can switch to the hydrogen setting by typing NU space H1 and hitting enter, and then starting my scan with the ZG, enter, and waiting for that pulse of radio waves to excite the hydrogens, and then they'll relax, and we'll see an FID. Bring it into nuts and see what it looks like. Yeah, it looks pretty good. There's my FID. Bring it over here. How do I bring it into nuts? I type the command A2. There it is. Yeah, that looks nice. I don't think I need to shim this one. Let me zoom in on this. Yeah, that looks great. I'm not shimming this one. I just need to set the TMS to 0 though. So I press and hold, and then I type the letter M. And when I do, I see the TMS not quite at 0. It's a little negative. It's at negative 0.380. So I'll come back over to the AII software, type the command. It's getting blurry there, huh? Sorry about that. I don't know why it's doing that. There it is. Okay. Set the command F frequency offset FO, enter. And it asks me where's the current position. I gotta remember the negative 0.308. I think that's right. Let me double check. Negative, oh no, it's 0.380. Negative 0.3. Is that a point or a comma? Negative 0.380. Okay. And then I hit enter. What do I want it? 0, enter. Now I just rescan. I type ZG. Enter. Scan it, and we'll bring it back into nuts. The TMS should be close enough to 0 after this. Process it. There's our FID. Going into nuts now. This is the last spectrum. I'll hit enter a couple times and then to A2. Yeah, TMS moved over. And it's showing still the old value of the negative 0.380, but if I click and hold and I type the letter M, come back, yeah, it's at negative 0.032, close enough to 0 for me. So I'm not a fan of all this noise, so I'm gonna go maybe just to about here and type M. That's about the same. I'm definitely gonna get rid of these peak labels. I'm gonna go view peak labels. Okay, just have that table. I don't like that table either. I'm gonna get rid of it. Let's go M. It's a little too messy for me. Those peak labels came up again. View peak labels. Now it's looking better. Alright, so now I want to zoom in on my main area. I've got a peak at like 10. That looks like aldehyde again, huh? So double click, drag a box across my main area, right click, and hit enter to get out of zoom. Now my text box command is NOA, and this is unknown. Okay. Unknown 5. You're gonna put more than just the simple amount of text. We're gonna add your name and everything, like I say. Okay. Fast. So you're gonna say hit enter to get out of that text box subroutine. I'm in the base level again. Now I integrate. I type ID. Okay. The integral's cut up from the last sample I did. So now I type C to clear all those cuts, and I can start chopping up again. So I can do 2 cuts to the left, 1 to the right. 2 cuts to the left, 1 to the right, 2 cuts to the left, 2 clicks to the left, 1 to the right, and there we go. So now let's try to come up with some better numbers. This is a little bit off. I think this 1.24 is probably an aldehyde. It's probably 1. So I'm going to click once in that region, type the letter V, and assign it 1. And say OK. Oh yeah, this looks really good. It looks like a 1 to 2 to 3. It looks like a benzene ring, huh? It almost solved this structure already. With 5 hydrogens on the benzene ring and an aldehyde, so there we go. Now got it for you guys. Next up, the carbon NMR for unknown 5. So it's in the H1 setting. I have to hit NU space C13, get back in the carbon setting, hit enter, now it's in the carbon setting. And then I hit ZG, enter, enter, and start scanning my 12 scans. The scans are done, all 12. I hit OK. I'm going to bring it into nuts by first returning to base level. We're in the integration subroutine, so hit enter, we're in the base level. And then I hit type control and the F3 button. It asks me, do I want to open the default saved name file? And yes, that's what I saved it as. And then the line broadening, I hit 0.5, and OK. And then here's our spectrum after another OK. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Let me zoom in on here. Looks like we got 1, 2, 3, 4 signals. I don't think those are real. Yeah, this is looking good. So, you know what? I'm gonna do the meta object and make this fancy. I'll zoom in on this area, and I'm still in zoom. I'm gonna hit enter to get out of zoom. I'm gonna get into the meta object subroutine MO, and then to ask me, do I want to add it? I said add it. Yeah. I don't know why that's not printing. That's a glitch. Okay, so here we go. That's our meta. I'm back. That was weird. In the middle of filming SIRI, the voice recognition assistant on my iPhone, just came on and quit the video and said she was on it. I don't know what's going on. Anyways, so I got my meta object, and now I went back into the zoom subroutine. I'm going to right-click to zoom back out, and then I'll drag over the box over my main areas. Now, I'm still in zoom. I don't want to be in that one. Hit enter to get out of zoom. I'm in the base level. Now I want to get back into the meta object. And the reason why I got back into it is so I can grab this and move it to a better spot so that I can do it. Like, I think right here is pretty good. Maybe I'll actually shrink this down a bit and put it above it. I like it there. That looks good. And then I exit MO. Okay, looking good. And then I type enter. I'm in the base level. I'm good. And let's get rid of some of these peak labels. The view peak labels. And now text box. NOA. This is unknown 5. And okay, move that unknown 5 over here. And then I'm hit enter to get out of that. And this is ready to go. I'll collect this data for you.